Hello YouTube, this is Hero Price 667, and we are back with our semi-finals of the BBR D-League. So, last week we were able to get past Destiny Septile. So this week we get to face up against good friend and aka It's Whatever and his Sacramento Nidokings. So I've battled Ant a few times. I'm pretty sure he probably has the all-time record on me, to be honest. But I respect Ant a lot for his skills, especially like when it comes to playoffs. He just like kind of enters this new mode where he just kind of just goes off, especially after the first round. So I kind of have my work cut out for me. This is definitely gonna be a tough battle. So going into it, and also for the fact that like a lot of the same people I use for helping him prep, he also uses. I didn't want to like cause like any mixtures of like any like conflicts of interest, so I didn't use them this week. I kind of built most of this on my own, so we'll see how it goes. But starting out with, we have a Choice Scarf Annihilate, rocking Close Combat Ice Punch, Rage Fist in U-turn. Let me get this matchup up just to show what he's got. So yeah, he does have the Terra D-Knight. So what I'm kind of working out here is that I'm expecting D-Knight to be adamant. He doesn't really have a reason not to be adamant. Everything that is like my base 90, below my base 90 is like very, very wide gap, so he can just sit in there nicely with his base 80 Dragonite and just pretty much run no speed if he wanted to. But I'm expecting adamant, so I want to be able to outspeed him after a +1 Dragon Dance if he does bring that set. And then I can rock between Ice Punch or Close Combat to deal massive damage if he Terras versus me. So that's what this Annihilate is here for, kind of like a revenge killer on the Dragonite, as well as like revenging anything else as well. Next up we have a Choice Banded Palafin rocking Flip Turn, Body Slam, Jet Punch, and Close Combat. This is also an Adamant set. Once again, it's just the speed gaps that I do not believe that he'd want to run a Jolly Great Tusk, and if he does end up bringing it, like the Rev Room, if he does end up bringing it, I'm expecting more of a sit-up set. So I'm not going to try to like say that I want to outspeed this Rev Room, because after a gear up or whatever it runs, it will be +2 speed versus me. So I don't really need to worry about speed for that specifically. I'm running Adamant set, rocking Flip Turn, Body Slam, Jet Punch, and Close Combat. I just like Flip Turn is just like to get in and out. He doesn't really have 100% amazing checks to this outside of maybe a Zoom Roll, which is why I kind of have to run Body Slam for it. And so yeah, it's this Jet Punch does a lot of damage to a lot of his mons. Like his water resists are Wo-Chien, which do not appreciate the close combat, and Greninja, which is not exactly bulky defensive-wise, so it should be able to fly through it. I mean, also Dragonite, but I expect the Dragonite to Terra, and once it Terras, it doesn't resist water anymore. Next up, we have the Roaring Moon, rocking Acrobatics, U-Turn, Crunch, and Dragon Dance. So I'm running Terra Flying this week, again, with the Booster Energy, plus Acrobatics, mostly there for the Great Tusk to just blow through the Great Tusk after I get the Booster Energy and Terra off. Let's see. Also, it does very well versus Gallade. It can do major damage to Wo-Chien with the U-turn or Acro. Similar issue with Greninja, but Greninja does outspeed me, so I do need to be wary of it clicking Ice Beam versus me. Bronzong, it does not appreciate Crunch, but it can still live it, especially if it's rocking a Culver Berry. And then if I can like break the D-Knight's multi-scale, I could do a bunch of damage with Acro. Next we have a Giga Drain, Strength Sap, Pollen Puff, Leech Seed, Chople Berry, Arboliva. This is a mixed, like, more defensive set. I want to be able to tank a hit from close combat from a Great Tusk, and then Oko back with Giga Drain. Or tank a hit from Wo-Chien, maybe want to click Body Press and do a bunch of damage to Pollen Puff back. Put it in range of running to 2-hit KO. And if he's like only defensive, then I do have a chance to Oko upon Puff. So I do like that. And also like Gallade if he wants to click close combat. Giga Drain should do a lot back. Strength Sap, same thing. So yeah. Overall, it's just like a kind of a mix set here to like handle the Great Tusk, the Wo Chien, and also does very well versus Sandy Shocks if he wants to bring that, which Sandy Shocks does very well versus my team overall, I believe. Next, we have the Iron Moth with T-Spike, Sludge Wave, Energy Ball, and Fiery Dance. So I'm running T-Spike specifically. His Grounded Poison is a River Now, he can bring River and I wouldn't be shocked if he does, but I wanted to go off the fact that I kind of want him to be forced to bring it either way, because I feel like River doesn't really destroy my team as much as like some of his other mons can. So like stuff like maybe stuff like Fringe Benchers like Sandy Shocks or Wo Chien I think do better versus me than River does. So I want to kind of force him to bring those mons instead. So if I can like if River stays on the bench, then I could get T-Spikes up and I could be very much of a nuisance to the rest of his team. And lastly, we have the Tinkaton rocking Stealth Rocks, Knockoff, Gigaton Hammer, and Reflect. Now, I was thinking about like Thunder Wave or Encore, but I felt like Reflect gave me a little bit more long-term value versus stuff, especially like the Dragonite or even the Azumarill, especially if it's banded Azumarill. If I could get a Reflect up, I'll be doing great versus it like spamming Aqua Jet or Play Roughs versus me. And then same thing like Gallade as well. If I get a Reflect up versus it, I will be okay. Though Gallade does not really like taking Knockoff plus Gigaton Hammer either way because his bulky defense stat isn't as high as its special defense stat. So yeah, so this is the team we're rocking out with. Kind of a different team overall. I'm not bringing Donphan this week, which can bite me. Especially since I don't have a way to get rid of hazards on my side. And I'm not running like a boot set on my Roaring Moon, so it can be an issue for me early on, especially with like Bronzong getting up rocks or Sandy Shocks when you get up spikes versus me. So yeah, overall, we'll see how it goes. This is kind of like a very offensive team this week, and yeah. So good luck to my competitor, and we'll catch you once the battle begins. Alright, and we're connected here. Let's see what he wants to bring. So he brings the Azu, the Dragonite, and he also brings the Sandy Shocks and the Great Tusk, as well as the Greninja and Wo Chien. So this is perfect for two things. A, there is no River which means B, I get my T-Spikes up. So, do I want to be crazy and just lead, I'm going to be crazy and just lead my Palafin. And see what he wants to do. If he leads Sandy Shocks, I go hard Arboliva each time. If he leads Greninja, I'm in a pickle. I want to lead. That's the Greninja. I am in a pickle. So, fun fact. This Greninja can click whatever it wants versus me, and I'm in deep trouble no matter what. So, let me look at his team again. Let's see. I want to keep this alive, of course. I don't want to go Arboliva because I still need that for Sandy Shocks, I think. Do I need Tinkaton for anything specific? Flying type, yeah. I think I'll still go Tinkaton, just to scout what the Greninja wants to play. Ice Beam. Okay, I did. That's kind of what I expected. Was an ice move for the Arbaliva coming in. So this is actually perfect. So now he's stuck as an ice type, and with that damage, let's see. Versus Greninja. Ice Beam. He's not Torrent. He is Protean. 16 to 34 to 20%. I did 33, so yeah, that's pretty much an average roll for Ice Beam. So he's max special attack, I'm assuming, same in nature. I get my rocks up. Okay, so he hard withdrawals. So I'm assuming he may not be rocking U-turn. This comes in, this is fine. I get my rocks up. And I go Arbaliva. I'm curious what this set is. Now he could also just Volt Switch here, kind of freely. But getting my rocks up early is amazing, either way. Alright, so what does he want to do? Spikes. Alright, that's fine. That sucks, actually, because I don't have removal. But, let's see. I think... Do I want to Leech Seed? No, I think... I'll Giga Drain. I mean, he could be a Sash set with trying to get max spikes as well. I didn't even be worried about that because he can do that versus me. Because that would make my Palafin not as powerful for as long. But for how this battle is going, I kind of want to make it like a faster battle, very hyper offensive like. Hard withdrawals. Goes hard Dragonite. Okay. He has boots. Okay, I break its multi-scale, which is amazing. Now I think I just go right back into Tinkaton. I think maybe I should have Leech Seeded. I think Leech Seed would have been a little bit better there. But that's fine. He does Dragon Dance. Alright. So what I do here is I reflect 100% of the time. You can Earthquake, which I think that would kill me. But me getting a Reflect off is amazing. He Terras! Alright, what's he Terraing to? Flying. Okay. He Dragon Dances again? My Tinkaton, which is like halfway in the ground, gets the reflect up. Now we Gigaton. He clicks Earthquake. I do live. And now I knock off. Okay, I did half to a Dragon Knight with Gigaton Hammer. Does that make him offensive? He is offensive. I need Reflect to stay up for one more turn after this. I believe it does. How much does Palafin? Now he's +3/+3. And I'm behind a Reflect. Extreme Speed only does half. Here's the thing. He needs to get rid of rocks or he just dies. Alright, so the Dragon Knight is taken care of. Which is amazing for me. So his Terra threat is taken out. My Reflect is gone, which is unfortunate. Maybe I should have been a light play, but it's fine. Getting rid of the Dragon Knight is huge either way. The Palafin is at low health though, so I do have to be worried about that. He can go Azumarill. But he doesn't know my set. He doesn't know maybe I'm like a... Yeah, he doesn't know that I'm banded. So I don't know if he goes to Azumarill or not. Bochian may be a better play here, I think. Okay, he does go Azumarill. Alright. Good play on his part. I don't have my Tinkaton anymore, so I don't have my play rough switching. I can't go hard. Well, technically I could. I don't want to go hard. Iron Moth is what I want to say. I think I had to sack Iron Moth here, as unfortunate as it is. If he's a Belly Drum set, I think I just lose. Because I don't think he clicks player up, alright. I don't think that's banded damage. But if it's not banded, then I think I do live. Iron Moth. Azumarill. Oh yeah, I live in Aqua. Even without the Reflect. I get T-Spikes up. So he likes to click Aqua Jet. Alright, so he was okay with sacking his Azumarill. Getting T-Spikes is great. I think Now I go Arboliva, I think. I get to save Iron Moth for like stuff like Wo-Chien. Do I need to save this though, actually? It does outspeed a lot of his mons. Or would I rather have a safe switch into Arboliva? I'm gonna go hard Arboliva, I think. If he clicks player up, good on him. I wanted to get T-Spikes up, that was the goal. Oh my gosh, that miss is huge for me. I feel so bad. I am so sorry about that. Because now I just click Giga Drain. He lost his Dragon Knight, so he doesn't have a good switch in for this anymore. I live player up. I live superpower because of the fact that I am a Chople Berry set. So whatever comes in is taking a Giga Drain, and if it's the what's this called, the Wo-Chien, it's taking a Pollen Puff. It is the Wo-Chien. Is he Boots? He is not Boots. So he does get poisoned. Alright, I think Pollen Puff plus Poison should take it out here. One thing I do need to be worried about still is the Great Tusk. And of course the Sandy Shock. So I have 2 months I still need to be worried about. Alright, what does he want to do here? He's thinking... I'm pretty sure he knows about Pollen Puff. So... he's thinking, does he... Okay, so he does... Oh, taking away my, my Chople Berry is amazing for him, actually. Good on him. Yeah, so the Wo-Chien goes down. This is opening up Palafin, very much so. Alright, you can click Ice Beam. I don't want to sack Arboliva yet. I don't think at least, because it's still able to take on the Sandy Shocks. Do I want to sack Iron Moth then? Yeah, I think I will sack Iron Moth. Living. Crit, I guess, I don't think the crit matters. Well, maybe in case like he's like... No. I don't think he's... I don't think the crit matters. I'm just gonna stick with that. I'll Sludge Wave here. Yeah. The only thing crit mattered was on if he was Choice Scarf. Which I think he has a Zoomerl still, so I don't want to go Annihilate and click post combat. How much does Palafin do? Uber Ninja. Hero form. I believe at level 50, Jet Punch does kill. Yeah. We're just gonna go Palafin. I'm a Jet Punch. I think I have to Jet Punch. Yeah. All right. Where does he go now? I think you go Azumarill. Azumarill creates the most pressure versus me, and I can't really do anything about it. So I think it was Azumarill. I think I have to start sack Arboliva at this point. Yeah, he does go Azumarill. I think sacking Arboliva is my best play, right? I'm assuming the Sandy Shocks is Scarf. If that's so, then do I ever want to? No, I think sacking Palafin may be the best play then. No, because I still need something to handle Great Tusk. Sacking Annihilate, maybe? Yeah, I'm sacking Arboliva. I think that's the best play. As unfortunate as it is, I do think sacking my Arboliva here is best overall. Oh, that did nothing. $112 to 54. That did 58 damage. So he's still a huge power. None of his remaining mons want to take a Giga Drain. Okay. I think that was a crit, or that was just a high roll. That was very much a high roll, actually. Yeah, that was a high roll. That sucks. But I did crit him at one point, and he did miss his playoff earlier. So So I think it's fair. So I'm not too worried about it. How much should I do with acrobatics from... Roaring Man? Say we're base 110. Acrobatics versus zoom roll. Oh, I don't do a lot. I had to Terra Flying, which I will have to tank, but that's fine. Alright, so we do go into Annihilate now. I mean, not Annihilate, Roaring Moon. Attack was heightened. And I think I have to Terra Flying Acrobatics. As unfortunate as the play is, I think that is my play. What's hilarious enough actually is, okay, he does not hard pivot, so he decides to sack the user roll here. Aqua Jet does not kill me, and Terra Flying Acrobatics should kill this. Yeah. Sandy Shocks does come in. I think I have to sack my Annihilate. I think that's my play. Oh, he's not Scarred. Okay. Or if he is, he's slower Scarred. I Rage Fist. So what I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to put myself in a position where I could go Roaring Moon and plus Palafin and take out the Great Tusk in the end game. I also have a base 150 powered Rage Fist. So I should be doing major damage to the Great Tusk. And it will also be poisoned by Toxic Spikes unless it is running Boots. He is not running boots. He does get toxic. Okay, so he's a bulk upset, but he doesn't have enough turns to... He's leftovers bulk up. But I don't think he has enough turns to take me out with everything that I have going against him. So I Rage Fist one more time, and I believe this will be game. Annihilate coming in through. Scarf Annihilate, baby. Alright, that's a good solid 3-0. I do once again apologize for the play roughness versus my Arbaliva. That meant a lot versus him, because that actually like allowed my Arbaliva to live comfortably versus him for most of the rest of the game. So I do apologize about that. But overall, I still feel like that was a clean win, and I'm very happy with that. Reflect over like something like Thunder Wave, I'm very happy about bringing, because I don't think Annihilate was able to 1v1 Dragonite otherwise. So I'm so happy that I brought Reflect instead. So GG's to my opponent, and I'll catch you all next week for finals. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.